and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you and getting into Paycheck 2. I'm already got another paycheck come in. Normally I don't have them back to back 2 weeks in a row, but the way the calendar fell and how my husband's paychecks happened. I had one on the 1st, which was his government checks that always come on the 1st of every month. And then his salary check happened to come the next week. And then he'll have another one on the 22nd, and that's when I'll do that one. So, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and close out Paycheck 1, and we're going to set up Paycheck 2 and make sure we are staying within budget for mostly our spending categories and but also because of our bills and stuff like that. So a lot of bills came out pretty heavy at the first of the month. It always does that. I do have my numbers from the weekly check-in. Paycheck 1 was week 1 of the weekly check-in. That was the previous video before this one. I had already done all the numbers here, and I know the balances in the budget for week 2, which is the first week of Paycheck 2. So that has been taken care of. I kind of have the numbers off to the side, and I will be filling these in pretty quick. So let's go ahead and get started here. A couple changes with the income here. The income, I gained 1 penny instead of 2 pennies on dividends, so that they weren't giving out as much pennies this time in my checking account. And then I transferred $1,000 into the checking account for a specific check that I wrote for something very important. So we will be talking about this check here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and total up the deposits that went into the checking account, whether it came from income or savings. So I have $1,759.30. That's weird, I didn't write the zero. And then I have $2,353.93. We have $774.01, and then $1,000. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. The reason I went 1 penny here, like I said, I had a dividend in my checking account. That was just 1 penny. I always add it to my son's rent. That happens here. I'm assuming that you know where all the money's coming from because you've watched my previous videos. But if you have not, then that's where that came from. And anytime I transfer from another savings account or anything like that, or we get refund checks or something like that, that goes there. So let's go ahead and put this number down, which is $5,880. Oops. Is that right? $87? Okay, I see where my error is. Do you see where my error is? I transposed a number and I was getting a different number than I should have. I wrote 39 cents here and then 93 cents here, and I wasn't catching that I made a mistake, but I knew the number was completely wrong because I can add $1,000.01 to this without doing the calculator and getting the correct answer. So it just took me a minute to figure out. I'll edit all that out. All right, now I think I've got it. Let's add up the numbers. $1,759.30 plus $2,353.39 and $774.01 and $1,000. Yes. Okay. I was having a big struggle with this. $5,886.70. Now, since I look at my numbers very frequently, and because I choose to budget the way I do, I can tell when something's off, and I kind of get stuck there trying to figure out what that is. But if you don't budget frequently, or you're not looking at your accounts frequently, you may not recognize that something is off. And that, I mean, it's okay as long as it's not too big of a number. But you want to be careful with that and make sure. I really made that very sloppy. You want to make sure that you're double checking your numbers a little bit. It is a little bit of work, it's a little bit of math, but you know what? It's worth it in the end if you get to save more money than you spent and give yourself freedom to have things that you want, to do things that you want, activities for your family and your children, all of that. That is so important. And yeah, I think it's great to check in regularly, whether it's paycheck or weekly or your monthly budget, so on and so forth. Okay, so now that we know what the income is, we know what the expenses are from our previous setup for Paycheck 1, which is $3,321.20. I did have to change this number by $1, which was fine because Paramount Plus went from $5.99 to $6.99. So I erased the 0 and put a 1, and that worked out fine. I've already done the math on that. So now we need to put in the actuals for what I have here in Paycheck 1 as the actual spending for this. I don't know why I can't talk. So grocery household, I have this little note sheet right here. Grocery household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gas, and copay. There was no unbudgeted, and then these match these right here. So grocery household for the week in Paycheck 1 was $337.76. And my handwriting is going to be sloppy. I'm so sorry about that. The restaurants were $164.37. If you saw my weekly check-in, you would have seen these numbers already. And then $102.49 for miscellaneous. Gasoline is $66.52. And copay is $24. And unbudgeted was 0. So I have all that filled out. So now I need to get the total number for what I need for Paycheck 1. I don't need my notes anymore, so we're going to bring the calculator back and we're going to see how close I came to $376.49 that I predicted last time when I estimated my budget for Paycheck 1. If we were able to do that or not. So let's see. Okay, so my total number of what this is $2,335.14 of what we spent. Now you're going to see here water. I got my bill. I thought I was going to have a water bill, but I guess they overcharged me in 1 month, and because I remember last month I paid $75 thinking the water I used to fill up our little pool in the backyard wasn't a very big one, but it was enough to float around in. Because we did that, that was why it was $75 instead of $35 or $50. And so we had a $52 credit. So we didn't have to pay a water bill. And so that was 0, and that helped this month, and I'm good with that. We'll see what it is next month. And then what else had changed? Life Plan of Kentucky. That's what this $1,000 is. It's a nonprofit organization that helps set up special needs trusts. They're lawyers. They set up, what else? Power of attorneys and wills and things like that. So we needed special need trusts for our sons. So if my husband and I pass, because they're autistic and they do get a benefit, well, one of them gets benefits from like SSI, which is supplemental security income, and Medicaid to take care of medical. Because one of our sons has that, and we applied for the other son as well because they're both autistic, we're going to see, we want to make sure that their benefits don't get interrupted because we happen to pass, and in the court systems they would get any cash or anything like that. So this way we have a third-party trust where this party can hold the money, and if they need things along the way, they can help guide them on what they can spend the money on without having issues of their benefits being taken away. There are certain rules that they have to follow and stuff like that. So that's why we did this company and used this a nonprofit organization. They seemed amazing. We kind of had this what I call a God wink moment, where one of the attorneys there has a child in 3rd grade, and my husband and I were discussing back and forth who to put down to contact if somebody needed to be contacted, and we said the closest person is his cousin, and we named his cousin, and then I kind of said, yeah, she's a teacher and this stuff like that for 3rd grade, and Lori went, is it this person? And he named my husband's cousin, and I'm like, yeah, that's her name. He said, that's my kid's teacher. So it was really cool that there was that connection. It kind of gave us this feeling of comfort that we're doing the right thing, and I was really glad we got this done. Again, we're doing Christian counseling, so I added that to our budget instead of taking it out of that savings account. I don't know, I had a sinking feeling. I'm like, if I can put it in the budget and it doesn't really affect it, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then we continued Humana Health for my son's insurance. So yeah, all those things. Now what we get to do is take the $5,886.70, and we're going to subtract the $3,321.20 of fixed expenses, and then $2,335.14 of the variable expenses. And we came close. We came close to what we had predicted. I had $376.49 as what we thought we would have in the budget left over. And I actually had $230.36. So I call that close. I think that is excellent. So we're going to write this number down. This number is actually going to be balanced forward to, oh shoot, I wrote the wrong number, to Paycheck 2 as a beginning balance. Because it's September money and I want to keep all September's money in there in case I need it, it's going to be there. And basically this money right here, its job is to be the buffer, the checking account, the rollover, the balance forward, whatever you want to call it. It has a job. Its job is to sit there. And that's enough for me. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, now that Paycheck 1 is set up, let's go to Paycheck 2 and get that set up. I'm going to put this number in my calculator so I don't have to flip back and forth. Oh, Lord. Okay, here we go. So balancing forward, I went ahead and wrote everything down. I didn't have it a minute ago, but I went ahead and did it off camera real quick to save a little bit of time in the video because it's already getting long. $230.36. Salary, I already see the pending deposit. It's $2,552.36. There we go. And I always put 0 for other. It's just a placeholder in case some kind of income comes in, and we can use that. Hopefully I can remember all these amounts because I don't have my cheat sheet on this. That's okay. So the first thing we have is Roth IRA. Every time my husband gets a paycheck period, I put $171 away. He averages 3 a month, and then twice a year, he gets 4 checks in a month. So there's that. 171 is what we do. And the last 2 of the year in December will be $172. That way it will equal the $6,500 for next year's contribution. Dr. Odell, we're definitely going to see him for an adjustment. He is our chiropractor. HP Instant Ink is the ink for my printer, $635. Tithe is $256. This is tithing our salary. We have already tithed everything else. So anytime the tithe or the salary comes in, we tithe it as well. Geico, that I'm going to have to look up. Let me grab my phone here. Sad to say, I still track everything on either Excel sheet or EveryDollar. I do have the EveryDollar app. It just does the math for me. It's so nice, and it will also tell me how much my auto insurance is. $173.87, and then Kairos Christian is $70, AT&T is going to be $261.86. This might go up about $10 or so, and then I'll make the adjustment over here later. And that's because some of the promotions that we had are no longer available. It was just for the year, which was nice. And then the electric this time is $156.31. And then life insurance, that you'd think I'd have this one memorized. I have had it for years. $87.56. For some reason I can never remember the change on that. Discovery Plus, that is $6.99. And USCCA is $39.17. And then apple.com for storage is $2.99. And there you go. So now for Paycheck 2, here's a little math I need to work out. So I know from my weekly check-in what I have for week 2. So that's $562.24. I need to add another $300 for this. So it's $862.24. I know it's really high, but I'm balancing forward a large number because all our spending goes on the credit card. $135.63 plus another $100. Okay, so that's $235. Erase that. My stickers underneath messed me up. All right. Restaurants, and then miscellaneous is going to be $297.51. Okay, because I'm trying to get week 2 and week 3, which is covered by Paycheck 2. And then I need to figure out the rest of it. So miscellaneous, and then this is a hot mess video today. Okay, so I have the rest of the numbers. They look sloppy on here, so I'm not going to show you. I'll just write them over here. So like I said before, grocery household, $862.24. Now for the entire month, I budgeted $1,600. So as it gets further down in the month, the number will get smaller. Restaurants, $235.63. $297.51 miscellaneous. Gasoline is going to be $173. I had to check my notes. $48. And then copay for right now is $36 and 0. So if I forget a bill or something changes over here in the fixed, I will do the adjustment here in the variable, and that will make it balanced. Let's go ahead and total these numbers up. Okay, $230.36 plus the $2,552.36 is $2,782.72 is what I'm working with for Paycheck 2, and that'll last 14 days. This here is a total of my fixed amount is $1,302.09. And again, I forgot to write a 0 here. That was weird. I guess I'm just copying from the calculator, and it doesn't hold a 0 value place when on that last number sometimes. All right, so now the variable expenses. All right, so here we have $1,604.86. All right, now I'm going to come up with, as soon as I find my sticky notes here, I like using these little flags, to estimate how much we should have at the end of paycheck 2 and see how close we come to coming that. Usually I do spend the extra money, but we'll see. I think I have a lot in variable spending, and we should not have to worry about that too much. So $2,782.72 minus the $1,302.09 and minus $1,604.86. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's really not enough. Okay, so yeah, that's what my notes have. So if I spend every penny of all of this, which I don't think I will for 2 weeks, unless I just don't pay any attention to what I'm doing, it is negative by $124.23. I don't think I'm going to spend $800 in groceries. In fact, I probably hope not to spend more than $500 for 2 weeks, maybe $600. So we'll have to wait and see about that. And then if I can keep the rest of it kind of in balance, then as long as I'm saving at least this much, then I wouldn't have anything left over. So that works out on that end. But it's sad to see the negative. So my estimated amount is negative, but I am going to work very hard to make sure I don't go negative during this paycheck period, because I think that's plenty of money for these categories. And if I plan diligently and don't do the grocery store thing 5 times or try to stock up on anything, then I think we should be okay. So that is where I'm at in paycheck 2. I hope that when we come back for close out of paycheck 2 during paycheck 3, you'll get to see a positive number here, not a negative in red number. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on.